Thank you for jumping on in, everybody. How you doing? Thank you so much. This is Leo Wazira. You know who it is, and if you don't, now you know. Brothers and sisters, everybody who's tuning in, I got something great to bring to y'all today. This is just to help and do and to the demystification of what we're all going through within humanity per se. In addition to that, is part of my testimony as I'm bringing you what I'm bringing you right here and right now. Right? Let me make sure I get my hand out the way of the microphone. All right. So I got some questions, brothers and sisters. Now, before I get to the questions, let me go ahead and say that I once said to my mother and some others, and I think I may have said it in a previous video where I'm gonna cut down on the smoking, in which I have, because first of all, I don't abuse it. Neither do I abuse alcohol or any kind of indulgence. For the fact of the matter, I don't abuse any kind of indulgence that may be, or in fact, is considered sinful. Right? I mentioned in the previous video, I can't remember the name of the title right now. There's so many videos that I put out in which I will, I look to increase my memory. And let me just say this right now: for all of y'all that got great memory out there, I don't think y'all know how much of a calling y'all have for having such a phenomenal recall and having good retaining skills to go ahead and either regurgitate, either disseminate, to be an orator, to lead by example, to preach, to teach, etc., etc. Do you feel me? All right. So I've said that I'm going to calm down on those things. And in fact, to be more thorough, I'm going to go with this. I told my moms about a week ago, I stopped watching porn. I told her that I ain't smoking no more Black and Milds. And I went ahead and I went back and indulged. Now, I have my reasons for it. I don't make no excuses. I don't try to articulate anything to make it seem as an excuse for what I do. Because for those who've been following me for quite a while now, I keep it real. And I said it plenty of times on and off camera that I got nothing to hide. The truth of spirit is with me. I've just, I guess by me telling her that, I did tell her with the notion that yes, I do want to completely stop cold turkey. But I would have to say the reason for my indulgence is because so much things that go through my mind, and I'm still learning so much. When them cogitations get heavy, and like Jay said, when it's too much for the sober mind to cut through, I take a puff for the, and I'm zoned in. Take one more toke, and I leave that weed alone, man. It got me going. You feel me? And it's real. It's serious. You know what I'm saying? So I make no excuses. However, as I just finished having one. In fact, I thought about something, and here's my questions. I said to myself, feel me on this one. And this is not to try to come at my white brothers sideways, my white brothers and sisters sideways. I'm not trying to come at my European family sideways. It's just an honest question. It's a real question, and it's very relative to what a lot of us are dealing with within this life, within humanity, right? So something came to me, and I'm gonna pose this question on my Instagram. I'm put it in I'll put it in the quote app and put it out there. I said, if people want to look at me as someone who contradicts himself and somewhat of a devil because I put fire to this Black and Mild, I'm giving you exactly how it came to me and how I thought about it in my head. I said, if I'm a devil for that, if I'm looked at as a devil and being contradictive because I put fire to a Black and Mild, because I don't smoke cigarettes, but cigarettes is close within the same family, right? Um, if I'm a devil for that, putting fire to Black and Milds, then what does that make the people who put fire to human beings hanging from a tree? Let that sink in. Once again, I make no excuses. I don't try to give myself no reasons for continuing my indulgences, but I know what? With those indulgences, I don't hurt nobody. If anything, I'll put it on me because I'm the one doing it. Ain't nobody persuading me. Ain't nobody suggesting to me, don't do it or do it. So, not because I may see something out here that may look tempting or whatnot, that I'll go and do it. Because if that was the case, I'll be a whole different man today. And that goes to show my level of strength within to restrain from certain things or exercise the use of it in measure. If it don't make, I'm not here to try to please anybody, to appease to anyone, or make it seem like, yo, look, I'm that God body, I'm this and I'm that. No, I just know that in this particular walk, that we all have to make our testimony, and we all got to be true to ourselves and do what we do. You know what I mean? Try to become as perfected as can be, and we all have that divine right to ascend higher and higher in knowledge, spirit, and become the best versions of ourselves. You dig? Moving forward, because that's a serious question right there that I just posed. And we can go into that some more. And I think if I had some brothers and sisters around with me that can get deep and talk on some things like that, just to put shine after shining the light on it and bringing it into awareness so people can think critically, then it surely will help in our or the progressive movement for all of humanity. It's said that we all have our vices and we all have something that we're fighting. Yes, indeed. And as I said at the outset of this video, what I'm here to bring and say is for the help of humanity, I believe and feel, also with the demystification of what's taking place that may have been inculcated within us through doctrine. Hand in hand with that is religion. You get me? My next question is, in which I've posted already, but I got no commentary on it. But I'm still go ahead and put it out there again, because commonly, a lot of us, we may see something that's very profound or hear something, and next thing you know, we forget all about it because we get deterred, we get distracted, and we get caught up in boom. This notion, that motion, that jewel that I just picked up, that wise from that wise person or yada yada yada, it came and it left. So you hear me? Sometimes that's why I said in other videos too, we need to spread the word. And let's keep mentioning it. Let's keep bringing it up. There are some things that I believe we're going to continue to do, like put quotes on t-shirts, hats, stickers to put on your car, on your book, on your phone, whatever, on the apparel, all kinds of things. So this is something that, we're all leading up to something great, I believe, and I would like to believe and stick to. So here goes the next question, right? I said, how come the most melanated is living so degenerated? I don't think you heard me. Let me say that again. How can the most degenerated be living so degenerated or looking so degenerated? Mainly going out to all of my people in the ghetto hoods, touching hoods throughout the whole entire world, in fact, as I may pose that and put it out to the ethers. because there are places in Africa, there are places in UK where they got our Nigerian brothers, the Igbo and Yoruba tribe people, and other tribes for the fact of the matter, the Kenyans, you know what I'm saying, Zimbabwe. I mean, come on now. You dig me on that? Brothers and sisters, people tuning in, that's real. How are we living so degenerated when it's like, and as I've said before, being that we have the capacitance to truly bring heaven on earth or hell, because we are the chosen, that melanin ain't the melanin that we got within our bodies. It ain't no fruit juice. You understand me? So there are many things that are considered and actual, it's factually sacred, just like water. Water is indeed sacred. We can't live without that. Without water, you already know what time it is. You ain't flushing that toilet. You ain't taking no shower. You ain't brushing your teeth. We ain't getting no fruits. We ain't getting no flowers. We ain't getting no herbs. You ain't gonna be boiling no water to cook up that nice rice and peas and all that food we like to eat, huh? You dig me? Everything we eat, everything we wear, what we driving in comes from the earth. So we do need to study more about ecology and economics, hence economy. Ecology and economy goes hand in hand, it's inseparable. Totally. Yes, indeed. So, you know, I could feel it because I feel like I'm in the spirit world and things come to me. I could feel it, as I've said before, that I'm not only being tested out here, but I could pick up sometimes. I catch wind that I'm being looked at, I'm being tested, my name or my character or just who I am is being scandaled. Because first of all, I know there's people out there that really don't know much about the spirit world and just being within the world and getting some, maybe gaining some esoteric knowledge. I mean, being made privy to esoteric knowledge, that they may go ahead and hear something from someone, and because that person may seem like a reliable source or reputable source, they take it and they run with it. And now, because you have that in your head about somebody or something, that now with that energy, that known, whatever's been known to you or mentioned onto you now, you hold it in. It's within you now. That's why we're going through a psychological war. There's many warfare, psychological, spiritual, that you now carry that energy upon that person or that thing. Do you follow? This is why we got to be careful on how we think and what we think about people, things, and this life that we live, y'all. I don't cast no kind of spell on nobody. Some people may think that when I may get a little bit irate or I get a little bit loud and I may act out because things get shaken up in me when I see too much. Like for instance, when I see too many gay and lesbians around, things just come out of me because I'm like, yo, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And to me, as I said in the outstart of this video, as I mentioned, wageable sins. And what does the book say? The wages of sin is death. But we got to get more knowledge of that, brothers and sisters. And I broke that down. I spoke on it, in fact, some video, maybe 2 years ago. But I took a lot of videos down on my YouTube for my own reasons. But I still have it I still got it on file in a hard drive. And I think, in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put more videos up. I'm just gonna have to, sift through some of the files and go into it and play it back, and then choose which ones I will go ahead and, you know, upload once more to my YouTube channel. In addition to that, I am, as I said before, I am working on getting my or getting a podcast up and going where it's going to be more professional, it's going to be more appealing and quite entertaining by the things that you may or will see in the background. You know what I mean? I want to get some. I want to know what I got to do to get a music license so I could drop some music in. So what I have to bring to y'all in regards to the topics and what I look to discuss is going to be more intelling. You know, with the wonderful, beautiful music that we've been listening to, that our brothers and sisters have made and produced for us, that came from their heart and through their experiences in life. Tie it all in together to make it more palatable to y'all, so y'all could digest it right. You dig? Yeah, man. So those are two serious questions that I posed tonight. I want you to think about it. You know, and if you disregard it, I'm not gonna say, oh, you condemned or you this or you that. But I know the more that we neglect and bypass serious questions we need to ask, in addition to things that we need to change within ourselves and that of humanity, the longer we neglect that, we'll become apathetic towards this progression movement. In addition to ourselves, we're going to become slothful. We'll become like sluggards. And what's going to continue to happen is going to happen. And if you really, if your eyes are open, for all of y'all that like to tune in and talk about the melanin and the pineal gland and all this cosmic knowledge and whatnot, yeah, I think what happened is we fluff it up so much that we don't even do the work to embody these things, to embody these truths. I'm sorry, jewels. We don't embody it, y'all. I mean, it's good energy when we hear it because it gives us inspiration. It gives us something to aspire to. But as far as I see it, in most places where I go throughout the boroughs here in New York City in particular, because this is where I live, but I know what's going on wherever we are, African brothers and sisters, primarily, what's up? It's gonna, things are gonna continue. In other words, if I could be more thorough, the dark side will continue to prevail. It will become, as we already are. It's just that it's gonna go to a different degree, and it's gonna continue to increase. We'll become endangered species onto one another. I know that the book said that the blood will be up to the horse's bridle, which deals with revelation and some another level of warfare where things can get physical, and there will be bloodshed out here, as bloodshed is not already out here in such a way, which baffles me and upsets me because I'm like, yo, it's 2023. Why are we still doing these things that we're doing onto one another? If you're doing it onto yourself, that's one thing. But to be criminalistic and look to hurt somebody else and put it to them, and may even take their life, that's Hellenistic, and that's a high wage of sin, which will certainly convict you and put you into perdition, condemnation, and you'll be put to death. Let me go ahead and change that. Will be put to death. I got more work to do just as you do. Nobody's perfect, but we gotta try and do our best to become perfect. What the book says, the changing of your mind to become perfect, to show the will of God. Because why? He that is greater within you, or in fact, that we can use words interchangeably. I suggest that we contend the Bible. I suggest that that we quest the Bible, contend the Bible, and in questing the Bible, you will question the Bible, and there's nothing wrong with that because the Bible got questions in it. One of the questions, and one of the I love this scripture where it talks about, I believe in the book of Proverbs, that the spirit of a man will sustain his infirmities, but a wounded spirit who can bear? That's the question right there. Who can bear? A prudent man can bear. Well, not just a prudent man, but a prudent man and woman that's of God, that has the spirit of truth, not the spirit of error. And I believe I'm at odds with that right now within myself as I battle in my, my dualistic nature, as I learn more of who I am and what I am, which is also applicable onto you because we're all humans. We're just different, dealing with different genealogy. We have different genetic and DNA makeup or design. In addition to, oh, this is another one. This will be, excuse me, this will be actually spoken of and talked about when I get my podcast going because I want to be more intelligent and expound on blood groups. A lot of us don't even know our blood groups or blood type because that's going to go into a whole nother ideal of family and established covenants in the sense of I may see someone and we may have some kind of encounter, and here we are going at war with one another with words, and it may get physical, not even knowing that we about to fight somebody of possibly our tribe, and not only tribe but blood type. For instance, O negative could only give on to O negative. So I may be, let's say, if I just happen to be fighting a brother or sister that's O negative, I'm getting rid of somebody, or somebody may pass away that's in my blood group, that's of my blood type, that could only give blood on to me. You feel what I'm saying? So there's much that we need to think about and consider, y'all. We need to get serious with this movement, and I do apologize if it happens to come out too heavy and it shakes you up. But then again, we need to be agitated in the right way. We need to be shooken up in some kind of way because in that instance, and in our doings, we're also being tested. We are forever tested as we are forever teachers and students in this life, y'all. Feel me? So I want you to think about that. So in closing, I'm going to go ahead and give you those questions again. If I'm looked at as a devil and someone who contradicts himself because he put fire to Black and Mild cigars, then what does that make those that have put fire to human beings for what reasons we don't even know particularly? And I know a lot of us don't like to go back to those times because it gets us fired up. But what does the book say? Be slow to anger. Be slow to wrath. Another quote that came out the book. In all you're getting in this life, get wisdom, get knowledge. So yes, be slow to anger, be slow to wrath. But there are times that don't mean that when I may come out and I get loud, as I did about 2 hours ago, it comes out. It comes out sometimes, man. What the book said in the book of Ecclesiastes, there's a there's a time for this and there's a time for that, right? There's a time to live. Okay. Do I gotta go into it word for word? Do I gotta paraphrase here? I think not. And like I said, I'm working on my podcast, which is gonna be a forum for truthful talk, real talk. And that's when things will be more, more wholesome, I would have to say, because we can cover many things and cover as many bases as we can within that time frame. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I do hope that you spread the word. And I'm not looking for clout. I'm not looking for money to be made off this. You know what I'm saying? And I said that before, especially in the outstart of me speaking on things in addition to my, testimony. Yeah, I'm not looking for that, but I just know that whatever's in the dark that comes to light and you speaking truth out there, which is shining light and giving water, that you will be put out there and you will be known and you will get talked about, this, that, and the third. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Which is why we ought to do the best that we can. Stand firm on our square as who we are as men. Chill out with the speculations, the crazy speculations, all these, in fact, skepticisms and conspiracies. We ought to not live like that. We got to let the facts speak. Be factual. So, if you feel, and I do look for it, some commentary, drop a line. Hit that like button if you ain't gonna drop it on, to let me know that, yeah, you chimed in, you heard this message, and pass it on to someone else. And you can certainly subscribe, if you will, to follow up and to, ride this train with a brother, in which you will get your passes to come on board too, and possibly speak with me in regards to some things. Yes. So peace, love, and light, everybody. This is your guy Leo Azia. Thank you so much. Love y'all. Have a good night. Peace.